This is Things Police See, First-Hand Accounts, with your host, Steve Gould.
Guys, welcome to Things Police See, First-Hand Accounts. My name is Steve Gould. I'm the host of the show. The purpose of this episode is just to be an intro, just going to give you my brief backstory and just kind of give you an idea of what the podcast is all about. I was a law enforcement officer for 14 years in the state of Massachusetts. I was 10 years a police officer and 4 years a natural resources officer. About a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, my wife and I started talking about living somewhere else, experiencing a different part of the country. We just had this itch to explore and go do something different. So we talked about it for a while, and then we just decided to make the leap. We up and rented our house, we got a camper, and we drove cross country to Southern California where we landed and just started living here at a campground. We had no job set up, no housing, just a complete leap of faith. And luckily, within about 2 or 3 months, I had landed a job as a background investigator for one of the largest police agencies in Southern California. So that's what I'm currently doing. It was a crazy adventure, a kind of a crazy thing to do with your life considering we have 2 young kids. And I'm sure I'll share more of that adventure as the podcast goes on. And if people are interested, I'll get into it with greater detail. In this podcast, I interview active and retired law enforcement officers, asking them to give me the details on their most intense experiences on the job. I ask about humorous calls, bizarre, crazy calls, and of course I ask about their most intense and deadly encounters while working as a police officer. The idea is that you'll hear officers tell their experiences like you've never heard before. My hope is that people will hear these stories and they'll just get a little glimpse of what it's really like to be a police officer and just get a greater appreciation for the sacrifices these men and women make. The things police officers see in the line of duty are absolutely insane. You can't make these stories up. I'm excited to share them with you. And if you like the podcast and you want to show support, I'd really appreciate it if you go to iTunes and you click subscribe, you rate and review. That's a huge help to a new podcast, and I would truly appreciate it. If you want to write to the podcast or reach out to me, you can get me at thingspolicesee@gmail.com. So that's thingspolicesee@gmail.com. Any questions, concerns, compliments are welcomed. You can send to that email. And also, if you're a law enforcement officer and you have some things to share and are interested in being interviewed on the show, let me know that too, and I'll get right back to you. So that's it. That's what the podcast is all about. That's my brief history. Thank you for checking it out, and I hope you enjoy it.